Good morning, guys. My name is Kelly Reid.
And I am Jason Rose.
And we are doing a takeover of Phil Richards Performance Facebook page this morning for you to be able to deliver you a stretch and mobility session on this Sunday morning in the comfort of our own home.
Lovely.
Yeah. Do you want to tell them a bit about stretching?
Yeah, so today we are going to be doing a stretch and mobility class. It's going to be around 30 minutes and it's something that over the last few years I've heavily incorporated into my workout routine. Now, a lot of you will know the benefits of stretching and mobility, but for those of you that want a little bit more of an insight into it, obviously stretching helps massively with increasing the elasticity within the muscles and helping your posture and also reducing stress as well. It aids massively in sports performance and just in everyday life if you want to be a more efficient moving human. Mobility will help optimize joint range of movement and will just allow you to move correctly, and you can really hone in and isolate certain areas that you want to increase your mobility and your range of movement in. It is, I would say definitely important to really build up and take your progressions of stretching really important. Start off very, very slow, very, very basic, and then build yourself up. Really let some warmth go into your connective tissues and really feel that, warmth start to build within inside the body before you start doing any kind of ballistic exercise. Around 30 minutes, 40 minutes is optimal, and if you just incorporate that into your routine for 3 to 4 times a week, I would say that's massively going to help. It's been an absolute lifesaver for me, and like I say, anything throughout the workout, if you don't feel comfortable with doing, that's perfectly fine. We've got plenty of adaptations that you can do, and we've got different levels in which you can take your stretching and mobility to.
Yeah, and we're doing it in the comfort of your own home because obviously we're all in lockdown at the moment. We've all had to adjust our training. Jason's had to adjust his training massively. We've converted the garage into a gym.
Yep, we are.
And literally it's started from, next to nothing, just a kettlebell in the garage, and now it's built up into a really good little
full ball gym.
Yeah, full ball gym. But still, we're incorporating a lot of stretch work as much as possible, sort of throughout your workouts, aren't you?
Yeah, for sure. And, one of my biggest benefits that I've felt for stretching, and that I hope a lot of you guys that are watching will feel from incorporating a lot of what we're doing today going forward, is a massive increase in postural change, and just improving the connective tissue strength massively plays a huge role in posture within the body and just keeping you in that correct alignment.
Yeah, totally. For me, I teach a lot of classes and I've had to adjust and move everything online whilst we've been at home. But also for my own training, I've also had to, adjust and be able to stretch at home. So we just want to share some of our really best stretches and mobility drills that we find are going to be beneficial for us, and we hope they're beneficial for you guys as well at the same time.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. We've got a couple of people coming in. Gail, good morning. I haven't seen you for ages. Kellen's in and Lindsay's in. Amazing. Good stuff. So any questions, guys, just fire them up. Just ask any questions that you want to as we're going through. Otherwise, we're going to get you nice and warm to start with, and then we're just going to take these stretches. And like Jason said, take them at your own pace, do them what feels good for you. We're going to mainly focus on the shoulder area and also the lower back and hips, because me and you find that these are our problematic areas, so we want to really kind of focus on those. Lindsay's put morning both.
Morning. Nice to see everybody.
Good stuff.
Get yourself some water.
Yeah, totally. I'm going to put some tunes on just in the background. We don't have to work to it in any way, shape or form. And also, those of you that follow us a lot will know that halfway through you may get a guest appearance from our wonderful bulldog. You may or you may not, but I'm just going to warn you now. He does have a little
Morning, mate. Morning, Kellen.
Yeah, morning, Kellen. Good stuff. Okay, so let's just start, and we want to stand comfortable for us. Just allow the feet to track underneath the hip bones. You're not going to think about trying to stand with your feet too close together or too far apart. If you worry about where that is, excuse me, then just place the feet side by side, turn the toes out to the corners of the room, and then realign your heels with your toes, and that'll bring you into that stance. Just take a moment to evenly distribute your weight between your right and your left foot. And then all we're going to do is start with our neck. You find these really good, don't you?
Yeah.
So just taking the head over to one side, roll it down and round over to the other side. Especially if you've not long been up for your Sunday morning. We never need to force this in any way, shape or form, so we're just going to take it at our level and do what feels good for us as we rotate through. Do as many of those repetitions as you want to, and then whenever you're ready, you're going to drop the chin down on the chest and then look up to the ceiling. Now, we're not hyperextending the neck, so just a gaze, but you might want to open the mouth to relax the jawline a little bit. So do what feels good for you as you're moving through. And then when you're ready, you're going to hold that head down, chin on the chest, and let's roll the shoulders back, up to the ears and back down. Big circles through. You'll feel a little bit more of a pull down the back of your neck into that. And then head comes up and we stay with our shoulder roll. But we want you to rotate both backwards and forwards and see for you which gives you the best release. So is it backwards or is it forwards? How does that feel as you're moving? I'm going to start by lifting up the arm and then change over to the other side. It's a little stretch through. Now Jason's going to stay facing forward, but I'm going to turn side on so you can see me. I'm not only lifting that arm up, but I'm also pulling it back, both up and down. So just be aware of that. How does that feel as you're moving? Try to increase that mobility as much as possible. And then if you want to stay there, stay there. Otherwise, we're going to rotate the arm. So big circles round. Again, you don't need to force that. Just go at your own pace and your own tempo. And some of you might want to prefer to stay facing forwards. And others of you might want to prefer to just turn back and open. How are your shoulders feeling today?
Yeah, I'm actually feeling quite loose today, to be fair. Yeah.
Even though you trained yesterday?
Yeah, so yesterday I trained back, so my shoulders are alright. My legs, however, are another story, because I did legs the day before. But I enjoy doing this, 3-4 times a week, nothing too extreme, and just...
Bring the arms forward. And then back.
Really focusing on just individualising all those joints and just focus on
just taking
increasing
level,
that joint range of movement, yeah.
Good stuff. Head down, guys, and then head back. One more. Good work. Just rotate through the back here a little bit. Now we're going to move side on so you can see us. Take the feet wide, and we want to stretch open through the inner and outer thighs. Now some of you might want to move quite quickly through this, and others of you might prefer to move a little bit slower. So when you're taking your stretches from the inner and outer thigh kind of coming through on here, if you are tight in that kind of area in the hips, in the inner thighs, that can affect your balance massively. So we really want that area to be nice and loose. Just through the range of the hips. Obviously not too loose. I mean, the last thing you want to do is like have really, hyper mobility through the pelvis, but just to get everything warm and through here. Okay, relax through here. I'm going to focus on the back. We're going to drop our chin down on our chest, heavy head comes forward, and then place the hands just above the knees onto the thighs, and you're going to look forward and stick your bottom out. And then round up when that feels good for you. Roll through. As you come up, little baby back bend if you want. Otherwise, you can just lift to the ceiling if that feels better for you. Drop through. So I'm making like a flat back here, coming into that position like a tabletop. Inhale, exhale, and we lift. Keep the abdominals feeling nice and strong here. Take a breath and come through. Just do this at your own pace. Allowing that back to get a little bit warmer. Perfect. The upper body should start to feel really nice and warm. Is yours feeling okay?
Yep.
So on the next one, we're going to come down to the floor. So take your time. As you come down, just bring your hands to the floor. Your feet come back and your knees come back. And we're going to round up like a cat. Belly button comes up to the ceiling. And then belly button towards the floor, look to the ceiling. Allow that back to move for you. So as you're coming up and down, I'm just going to talk this through on Jason. Don't try and force this. Just allow this back to move. And if it doesn't feel good to go the other way and to drop the belly button to the floor, you absolutely do not have to. Just allow your body to move how it feels it wants to. That's it. Good stuff. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to sink it back. Now, some of you might prefer to take the knees wider and have your feet together and let your body come forward. And others of you might prefer to have the knees together and fold over. Just do what feels good for you.
This is a fantastic stretch for any of you guys out there that are doing a lot of compound lifts, doing a lot of squatting, a lot of deadlifting, a lot of heavy-based work. A lot of my training is primarily heavy-based workouts, and this just really opens the hips up, stretches that lower back, but also stretches up and elevates that scapula and just gets that full stretch through the whole body. It's been an absolute lifesaver for me and something that I would highly recommend anyone that's doing a lot of heavy compound lifting. This will really want to be one of their go-to stretches they should really try and incorporate.
Great stuff. Take the hands over to the right-hand side of the room. Left hand on top, head comes down low. Now what we've done here is exactly the same as what Jason was saying. He's still staying in that stretch, but now he's just opening up through that side of the body there, just a little bit more. If he wanted to get a little bit more through the neck and the shoulder, he could turn his head and just look underneath this arm. And that just opens up that shoulder a little bit more there. Come over to the other side when you're ready. And again, head comes down and we're opening up through that shoulder in that position. And then come back to centre. And we want you to know you can come back here anytime you need to. Otherwise, we're going to take 4 little drills really for the shoulders. And this just really helps with the mobility of the shoulder, but also stretching out through the muscles, sort of surrounding that shoulder joint. So the first one we're going to do is take our right hand and we're going to bring it as far forward as we possibly can. Allow the armpit to come down towards the floor. You can lift your hips up as much as you want to. So just allowing, almost like what you've just done, but kind of a single arm there. Jason's then going to take his arm out wide to the side, and he's going to turn his head the other way. Now this is one of your go-to stretches, isn't it?
Yeah. So
this is really opening up through the pec, through the bicep here. You've got a really nice stretch coming in through the neck there as well.
Really allows you to drop the upper portion of your pec and your anterior deltoid to the floor and get that full stretch through the shoulder.
So when you've held that for a while, you're then going to bring that arm into thread like a needle and come through on the other side. So Jason's moved his left hand forward. He's brought his right arm through and he's keeping his head turned into that direction. What he's done here is he's allowed the hand to come up just into that kind of like supine position there, dropping right into the shoulder so that he's got his medial delt now coming down towards the floor. How's that feel?
Yeah.
That's your favourite one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then the right arm is going to come up high to the sky, lengthening up here as far as you can go. Now, not only is this opening up through the chest and through the shoulder, coming in through the back, Jason's got a little bit of a twist going on in his pelvis, and that's just because he's very tight through his back, because obviously he trained through his back yesterday. So we're hopefully, when we run this a couple of times, that's going to get a little bit looser and he's not going to twist so much. So left arm is going to come forward as far as he can, drop through. The other arm can just relax into the ground wherever you're comfortable. And again, just opening up that part of the shoulder, taking it out to the side when he's ready, turning the head. You'll notice his hips have lifted. So he's just brought himself into that position just a little bit further. When he's ready, he's going to come through into that thread like a needle position. And this other arm can reach as far forward along the floor wherever he feels comfortable, or it can stay bent. Great stuff. And then whenever you're ready, coming up to the ceiling, up high, into...
Much more loose this side.
Yeah, you feel the difference.
Yeah.
So we're going to run this twice more. Once more on the right, once more on the left. But you move however many times you want to. And you could repeat this as many times as you like. So that arm's coming forward whenever you're ready. Coming out to the side when that feels good. Into thread like a needle. And then lift up high to the sky. And last time on the left. Bringing that arm through when you're ready, thread like a needle. And then up high to the sky. Perfect. Okay, coming down into the floor, we're just going to focus through onto the lower back now a little bit more. Jason's going to place his hands under his forehead, but you can have a pillow or a cushion, rolled up towel, whatever you wanted to. Take the legs as wide as you want. We're going to bend the knees, and then just take a little bit of a windscreen wiper across from right to left. I've moved out of the way to give Jason a little bit more room. And this really kind of just helps to loosen off that lower back. I have to be honest and say it's not the most comfortable position to be in. You might need a little bit more padding underneath the pelvis in there. But how's that feel?
Yeah, feels nice.
Just through that lower back. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a scorpion move. So Jason's going to keep his legs straight to start. Have one leg come up and bend, and then lift it up and come over as far as he can go. It's not about trying to force it. You're just going to alternate and get some movement going on into that lower back. I'm just going to move the camera slightly so you guys can see him. Good stuff. And we're aiming just to increase that range of motion just a little bit with each time that he goes. In an ideal world, if you could keep that head down and those elbows down on the floor exactly like Jason's doing, that will really help. How's that feel?
Yeah, feels really good. Thank you.
Good stuff. Okay, coming up and through, and I'm going to get Jason just to push back again and have that little bit of a release into that lower back. One more time there. We're going to come all the way around. I'm going to just move the mat slightly so Jason can lay sideways. Okay, laying on his back. And he's always going to replicate that same windscreen wiper. We said washer yesterday.
It's been saying washer.
Windscreen wiper action. As he's going over in this position. This time use the arms. They can either, cactus the arms here or take them out wide like a scarecrow. And Jason finds this much better if he takes his feet wider and he drops his knees in.
Yeah, staying on the heels of my foot.
Yeah. Now you could also do that seated if you wanted to. So in a seated position here and just rolling the knees coming in from right to left, if that felt better for you. Good stuff. Okay, going back to the shoulders, Jason's going to turn on his side to face you guys. We're just going to use the other mat as a little bit of a pillow. Laying in a fetal position. And again, this is just for shoulder mobility and for the chest. So this is a little move that we use a lot in fitness Pilates. It's called open door, side lying open door. The knees can be bent as much as you like, and you can bring those knees in as much as you want to. Top arm, reach it as far forward as you can, and then take it open and back into your open door. Now the one thing that you'll notice with Jason is that his range of movement will actually increase quite quickly. So to start with, he can't get his hand back very far, his chest's quite tight, and then as his body starts to adjust, he can actually increase that range of movement a little bit further. How's that feel?
Yep.
And he doesn't have to do this very quickly. He can stay back in the stretch for as long as he wants. Now this is a great one for the chest and to open up through the shoulder, but we could also take this around the head like a rainbow, and that just increases again that mobility through that shoulder girdle. You might find that you get a little bit more into the back of the shoulder as well there. How's that feeling?
Yeah, feels nice.
Feel good. Just going to switch over to the other side. So we'll bring himself over on the other way. You guys could just turn yourself over. Bending through the knees. And then bringing the arm forwards. And releasing through here. And you may notice that you've got a difference between your right and your left side. Maybe in the range of movement that you've got. Maybe just in how kind of like tense that feels to move through. Do you notice a difference between your...
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely, this side is a lot tighter than the other side. And obviously, as you get warmer and your elasticity improves within your muscle, and that Golgi tendon release allows you to initiate more of a bigger range of movement in that muscle tissue, you'll start stretching back more and more. The key is really to be warming up that the muscle, the connective tissues, and allowing full stretch throughout the whole length of the muscle.
Yeah, so just trying to work kind of like with, you know, going through that as much as you want to, and brilliant before you're going into a session, yeah?
Yeah.
Last thing we just want to show you is we're just going to floss out through the sciatic nerve, just a little bit of a hamstring release. So Jason's going to lay himself onto his back, and we're actually going to use a band for this. We know that the lower back often has a lot of issues with regards to the hamstrings. So tightness that you might be feeling in your lower back actually might not be to do with your lower back, it might be more to do with the hamstrings. And this is where Bentley always comes in, and you get lots of kisses from him as he's laying down on the floor. So Jason's going to relax one leg, he's going to put the other leg into the band. And you do not need to move very quickly through these. We're going to bend the knee, breathe in, and breathe out, straighten the leg. Now this definitely is better to use as a prevention, not a cure for sciatica. But we're going to take a little bit of a flossing of the sciatic nerve, just to kind of release there.
And I'm covered in bulldog slobber. That's my morning wash.
Okay, so when he's ready, he's just going to release his ankle, flex it and point it, and then he's going to hold that foot down. The heel shoots to the ceiling. His head comes up, chin comes onto the chest. So we're really tapping in to right from the back of the neck, all the way back to the bottom of the heel. Ooh, sorry. So again, bending and straightening. Now Jason only did kind of one on that first side, but what I would recommend that maybe you come up and down for about 3 or 4 times and actually get that real flossing of that sciatic nerve. So he's just going to show that on this side here. So his toes are going to come down to him. His heel comes up, chin comes on the chest, then have a little release. Then go again, so lift, chin on the chest. Bentley's doing his down dog. My dog. Come on.
Okay.
Good stuff. Oh dear. And then that will just kind of help to just improve again. that range of movement that you might have in the back of their legs, if that's a kind of a prevention for you there. I find that those stretches for the hamstrings are really, really beneficial. Just going to show you another one for the hamstrings there as well, and just a kind of a bit of a difference in the changing of the foot position, because we know full well that our feet don't stay parallel when we walk, when we move, when we run. We're just going to change the foot position as we stretch from here as well. So coming down into the floor, Bentley, do you want me to lay down? Okay, so from here, all I'm going to do is, so not only are you going to kind of flex and point your foot, drop the toes down to you, that head's going to come up, flossing of the sciatic nerve, but you could then turn your foot at the angle. So the toes point towards the opposite shoulder and the heel hangs out. Holding there and pulling on the band a little bit more, you may notice a difference in that stretch. And then turning that the other way, whenever that feels good for you. And obviously you could do that on both legs. So just like Jason did, you pull the toes down, chin on the chest, working right from the top of the neck all the way down, right to the bottom of the heel, really tapping in to that whole of the sciatic nerve there, releasing and then turning the toes at the angle, pulling that in and allowing that to come towards the shoulder, and then turning the foot the other way as well. So a lot of the time, you know, if we just keep the foot in a parallel position, we're actually not tapping into the areas that might be actually tight for us, because we're not keeping our feet parallel when we're moving, when we're walking and when we're running. So by just turning that foot in and out in that position, you might just hit those muscles that might be feeling a little bit tight for you. So we really hope that's been beneficial for you. That's given you some stretches that you could do at home in the comfort of your own home. If you haven't got a band, then absolutely you could use a strap, you could use a tie, you could use a belt, you could use a rolled up towel, if that's more, you know, more appropriate for you. And, you know, feel free to utilise these as much as you want to.
Yeah, for sure.
Doing them before the workout and doing them after.
Doing them as regularly as you want. Do them every day if you wanted to. It would only improve your efficiency and just your general health.
Yeah. Any questions, guys, about any of those stretches? Anything that you want to add in? Gail said, wow, that was amazing. Thank you. I so need to stretch more. No problem, Gail. I met Gail when we were when I was in Germany, teaching out there. So good to see you, Gail. And she's done quite a lot of stuff with me here in the UK as well, which is great.
Thanks everyone for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. And if you've got any questions about anything, I mean, like we said, we're just literally just sharing the stuff that's working for us right now, that's helping us, helping our clients. If you want to reach out to us, feel free to grab me on social media, Kelly Reid Fitness on Facebook and Kelly Reid Fitness on Instagram.
Yeah, and I'm as Project Possible _JRO, and I actually host a podcast called Project Possible. So you'll find me under that, and of course, obviously, you're on the PRP website. So if you need any supplements or you need any direction in which you can go regarding your health and your supplementation, of course, shout out to them guys, and they will sort you out.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Jason's podcast that he's done and been doing, he's had such a wide range of people that have been on the podcast. Some of you might not know, but Jason actually is a Ninja Warrior finalist. He completed the course a couple of years ago, and he's had some of his fellow competitors on the podcast, but he's also had some really, really diverse people who've helped with regards to setting up communities for helping prevention of knife crime in the Midlands, haven't you?
Yeah, military people and, you know, fitness experts and clinical professionals, and just, yeah, it's really good. They're like 45 minutes long, and I've got someone on different every time, and the Project Possible, the project is you, and I believe everything's possible. So tune in and have a listen. I'm sure you'll take something away from it. Thanks, PRP.
Yeah, totally. And if you are interested in any of my online workouts that I'm doing, I have an online 7-day weekly membership that you can sign up for, and you can stop anytime you want to whilst we're obviously currently in lockdown. It's only $9.99. All the information's on my website. It's kellyreedfitness.com. Or I do lots of virtual masterclasses as well from there. Donna, no problem. Thanks both. Right, all the best. Thanks for sharing. No problem. You are very, very welcome. And if there's anything else that you need or help with regards to, get in touch with Phil Richards Performance, or get in touch with us. And we really hope to see you soon. Yeah, we'll see you soon. Great stuff. No problem, Eddie. That was really good. Thank you. You are very, very welcome. Excellent. All right, have a brilliant Sunday, guys, and please stay safe.